For updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akiri-Jola joins us. Good morning, Aaron.
Yeah, good morning to you. Yeah, good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Rufai. Let's start it off with the war between Israel and Palestine. And I must actually tell you that Nigeria's Super Eagles player, John Ogochukwu Ogun, is part of the is part of the contingents of guys that are actually donating blood to Israelis over there. He plays for Maccabi Haifa, not Haifa, Haifa.
Okay,
Haifa. He used to play for
a Yama play for Maccabi Haifa.
Yeah. So we never because the names could be actually similar. Maccabi Haifa. So I must say that he's actually part of the people donating at the moment and also supporting in any way he can. Of course, he plays for that Israeli club there. But away from that, of course, not invited to the Super Eagles. By the way, as Jose Peseiro is actually opening camp today, and Super Eagles players will be expected to begin to actually flood in from around the world for that doubleheader. We know that the Super Eagles have tune-up matches ahead of the World Cup qualifier that will be taking place next month. But so in the meantime, some are actually coming in. Replacements are also being drafted back into the team as injuries have actually exempted some players from the Super Eagles doubleheader in Portugal. First of all, of course, the Super Eagles will be playing Saudi Arabia, talking about the green team there, as Elliot is expected. They can actually take it back for us, please. Thank you very much. They will be taking on Saudi Arabia on Friday, and certainly not just taking on Saudi Arabia on Friday. Or 3 days later, they will also be taking on Mozambique. So a lot is expected from the Super Eagles, and we are hoping that Jose Peseiro's run of good form, which is about 3 at the moment. So let's see if he can actually continue that and swell the Super Eagles rankings. It will actually help a lot. All right, since they've actually preempted me there, let's talk about the fact that at the moment, okay, before then, let's go back, please, if they can actually help me do that. I just decided to do a massive throwback to the Super Eagles because this particular picture just specifies the Super Eagles back in the day when they might have been at their peak, or probably maybe that particular golden generation against Bulgaria. That was the lineup there, and of course some of the favorites of the Super Eagles were actually out there. Of course, you can see the blonde hair JJ Okocha there, which was kind of rare. One of his many styles he actually put on ultimately. So with Taribo West, of course, not for the judge, of course,
headmaster,
yes, Dodo Mayana, you can see.
Victor Pempa. Oh, goodness me.
So back in there, I just decided to do a little throwback there. Okay, away from that, okay, speaking about the World Cup qualifier. Now let's actually talk about the fact that officially Saudi Arabia has put in a bid to actually host the 2034. Now, wrapping up that particular plan, because we know that they've been investing heavily into football, thanks to the PIF's investment into bringing in players from around the world to the Saudi Pro League. And this is their ultimate goal, to host the World Cup. We know they've relaxed relaxed a lot of things and opened up a lot of things to ensure that they are ready for the World Cup, because they've even spoken about the fact that they might even serve drinks, beer, and you can be allowed to actually drink alcohol in the World Cup, all in the bid to actually just get that particular bid through. We'll be hearing about this bid and the confirmation of this particular bid by the end of 2024. So let's see how it goes. But for now, Saudi Arabia have put in that particular official bid to host the 2034 World Cup. But before then, remember, we'll have that very buoyant 2030 centenary celebration of the FIFA World Cup. And let's see how it actually goes. Away from that, let's talk about the D-Tigers, who will not be attending the Olympics next year in France. But nevertheless, in this particular invitational in China, they've been putting up a good showing after defeating the US 75-70. They decided to disperse with Serbia 81-53. At the moment, they're looking good for the money. But the question is this: where was all this form when they were building up to the Olympic qualifiers and the Olympics itself, as they're actually putting on a good performance against some of the big wigs in basketball globally, but we're not able to do it against the African contingents? All right, questions for another day. Still speaking about basketball, at the moment, there is a little bit of controversy. Lagos-born Akeem Olajuwon, we know him, the NBA royalty. According to reports at the moment, there are talks that he was charging Giannis Antetokounmpo, another Nigerian, $50,000 to train him for a week as they prepare for the new NBA season. Giannis has come to deny that, but some people can now almost swear by this particular information and say that that was the amount of money that were exchanged hands. Giannis did not say how much actually exchanged hands, but we know that the Rockets man has always, or the Houston Rockets man has always been a fan's favorite, and you can actually see him there. He's actually one of the best defensive players of all time in the NBA, and he has the stats to prove it. And Giannis, in the bid to try to improve his game for the Bucks, he has decided to employ the services of an all-time great. Quickly, let's talk about the fact that Wayne Rooney might be returning to England. As a matter of fact, at the moment, we hear that talks are actually being finalized on bringing Wayne Rooney from DC United to Birmingham City. As a matter of fact, he's quit his job at at DC United in the United States of America and the MLS so that he can take up this job with Birmingham City.
I mean, truth has to be said, Aaron. The truth is, all I've just seen with Saudi is a resurgence. They have constantly been in the vanguard of football many years, and I'll take you back memory lane. You know what is Confederations Cup today? Used to be King's Fahd Cup.
Yeah, Nigeria played there in 95.
Nigeria played in 95. They started the first edition in 92. Nigeria played in 95. Yeah. I remember the game against Japan, when we beat Japan 3-0. Then we went ahead to have another draw with Argentina before FIFA co-opted it.
Yeah, made it into a Confederations Cup.
Made it into a Confederations Cup.
Yeah,
so Saudi had always led the way. So what Saudi is doing now by pumping extra money, and
no, but it's gone into overdrive.
Hang on a minute. Yeah. What Saudi started there by pumping extra money was even overdrive there, because I remember the stadias then unveiled for the King Fahd Cup were novel stadias, were stadias that had roof covers, advanced technology, even as in 1995 then. So, but what they are doing now is an overdrive, because they want to achieve the World Cup. And it's possible. I'm sure Saudi have probably looked at it. If Qatar can do it, why can't we do it too? Concerning John Ogu, I'm excited about what John Ogu is doing. And we just hope peace will be restored to that area, in no time, because casualties, everything has stopped and all of that. But I think nations are learning from Saudi. The question is, what did we do with our oil money to develop our own football? That's the question.
Well, for Saudi Arabia, the thought is that they will face stiff competition in terms, especially if nations come together against them.
No, first of all, from the Asian Confederation, they've actually promised Saudi Arabia that they have their full support and backing. And Saudi Arabia are claiming also that they have 17 other supports for that particular bid. They are very confident. I'm very bullish about it.
Of course, it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. And I hope NFF is going to, invest whatever benefit.
About the war between Israel and Hamas. Yeah, and about a Nigerian who is donating blood. But the thing to note also is how that war has already affected football. UEFA has had to postpone every match involving Israel. The qualifying match between Israel and Switzerland has been postponed. Every other match has been postponed.
True.
Until UEFA says the situation in Israel improves. That's understandable, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Israel having called to service over 300,000 reservists. They probably include footballers who will be on the border, with Gaza Strip now, trying to go into the, ground attack that Netanyahu has promised. Holyfield, David Hay, and George Foreman, they say that Anthony Joshua is the only man that can beat Tyson Fury, and that they are looking forward to that fight. Do you think that
delusional statements, I must say,
delusional AJ can beat Fury?
I don't think so.
Okay, the Battle of Britain.
Not in this lifetime. First of all, that fight...
How do you mean not in this lifetime?
Let me explain to you. First of all, that fight might never happen, because at the moment, it's all about money. And if Saudi Arabia are not interested in footing the bill for such a fight, because right now, Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua might never happen, because Saudi Arabia has actually pulled out. If Saudi Arabia guarantees that fight, they've guaranteed at a certain time, and Tyson Fury reneged. And secondly, talking about this man, Tyson Fury is arguably one of the greatest boxers of this generation. Anthony Joshua has shown that he has a chink in his armor. Anthony Joshua has shown that he has an Achilles heel. Can he face Tyson Fury?
They say
Maybe an old Tyson Fury.
Physical tools.
Maybe an old Tyson Fury.
I
I don't know. Anthony Joshua with Anthony Ruiz Jr. unraveled
Oscar
Anthony Joshua.
Pistorius is in the news. The Constitutional Court in South Africa has now said it could be granted parole.
Yeah.
Again, that's their system there. But when you remember that incident, 2013,
Rivers thinker.
really,
It breaks the heart. It breaks the heart.
yeah.
Well,
Always a
thank
pleasure.
you for your time,
Always a
Aaron.
pleasure.